2025 has barely passed mid-year, and already layoffs are sweeping across industries. For many professionals, the new year feels less like a fresh start and more like a storm. But here's the truth. This isn't the first time humanity has faced upheaval, and the wisdom of the ancients, especially Stoicism, has more to teach us about survival than any HR handbook. A layoff isn't just about losing a paycheck. It shakes identity, self-worth, and stability. Yet Marcus Aurelius, nearly 2,000 years ago, reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That truth is as relevant in 2025 as it was in ancient Rome. Ancient Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control the economy, corporate decisions, or restructuring, we can control our response. The first step to surviving layoffs in 2025 is acceptance. Not passive resignation, but the clarity to say, "This happened. Now what is within my control?" Too often, the first reaction to layoffs is panic or anger. But as Seneca wrote, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The fear of what might happen, losing status, income, reputation, often cuts deeper than the reality itself. Recognizing this truth allows us to breathe again and think strategically. Stoicism doesn't dismiss emotions, it grounds them. In 2025, when corporate turbulence feels overwhelming, think of Epictetus's words. "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." The layoff isn't the end, it's the beginning of a new path you now get to shape. When faced corporate shakeup, the hardest part wasn't the paperwork or the severance. It was the silence, the sudden lack of purpose. But Stoicism taught me, don't attach your worth to a title or a company. Anchor it in your values. Those can't be laid off. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself, fortune changes, power shifts, life is fragile. If an emperor could lose everything tomorrow, so can we. And yet, Aurelius chose gratitude, discipline, and duty. That mindset is exactly what corporate survivors in 2025 need. Think of the Stoic metaphor like dripping water against stone. Change feels slow, even painful. But every drop builds resilience, shapes the rock, and creates something new. This season of layoffs is a storm, yes, but also a carving, making space for your next chapter. Practically, this means asking, what is my circle of control? I can't change the economy. I can't reverse the corporate board's decision, but I can control my learning, my networking, my mindset, and how I prepare for the next opportunity. In 2025, news cycles amplify the panic. Entire industries trending for job cuts. But ancient Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. They visualized worst-case scenarios not to wallow, but to be prepared. What if I lose my job? How will I respond? This exercise removes fear's sting. Preparedness is the modern Stoic response. Update your resume, refresh your digital presence, call old mentors. Not out of desperation, but out of readiness. The layoff doesn't define you, but your preparation does. Another Stoic principle, community matters. Even Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, leaned on his teachers, mentors, and peers. In 2025, connection is your lifeline. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out. Be open. Support travels both ways. In Stoicism, obstacles are not blocks, but pathways. Marcus Aurelius wrote, The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. A layoff might feel like checkmate, but in truth, it's a new opening move. The game is still in play, and so are you. One of the most powerful tools during uncertainty is perspective. A layoff feels overwhelming when it fills your entire view. But step back, breathe, walk, reflect. Seneca advised, "We should take wandering walks so that the mind can be nourished and refreshed by the open air and deep breathing." Even in 2025, wisdom often begins outside the office. Stoicism teaches us to re-anchor in what cannot be taken: health, relationships, character. A company may take away a role, but not your ability to love, to connect, to lead. Rebalancing your identity outside of work is survival and freedom. Rejection will come. It always does. Epictetus reminded us, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well." Every no is training for the right yes. Layoffs aren't just endings, they're rehearsals for resilience. Resilience is like muscle. You don't get it without resistance. Each setback is weight added to the bar. In 2025, layoffs are heavy, but lifting them will make you unbreakable if you choose discipline over despair. Stoicism also speaks to money. Seneca warned against slavery to wealth. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. A layoff strips away illusions. It forces us to ask, what is enough? And often, enough is far less than we feared. Practically, Stoic wisdom means financial prudence. Did you live below your means? Did you prepare for instability? A layoff doesn't punish those who saw it coming. It punishes those who ignored it. In 2025, the frugal are freer. Marcus Aurelius journaled daily, reminding himself of humility, mortality, and perspective. In modern terms, journaling helps process fear and clarify direction. Write down your thoughts, record gratitude, plan your next step. In chaos, a pen can be your anchor. Stoicism reminds us that all seasons pass. A storm doesn't last forever. A layoff isn't permanent. The job market shifts, companies recover, and opportunities return. In 2025, patience is not passive, it's strategic waiting. Here's a hidden truth. A layoff can be liberation. Many remain chained to roles they outgrew, staying only out of fear. The company broke the chain for you. Now the question is, what will you do with your freedom? Epictetus taught, the greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. You now stand at a crossroads, new industries, new roles, new skills. The hardest part isn't the lack of options, it's daring to choose one. Practical Stoicism in 2025 means upskilling. Don't waste the layoff window. Take that course, learn that tool, update that certification. Every skill added is another layer of armor against uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius credited his teachers for shaping him. In your layoff season, seek guidance, mentors, coaches, even peers who've walked this path. Strength doesn't mean walking alone. It means knowing when to ask for a hand. Stoics valued gratitude as armor. Thank the company that let you go, yes, even them. Thank them for the experience, the skills, the network. Gratitude turns bitterness into momentum. In Stoicism, the highest good is virtue. character, not comfort. A layoff strips away status and salary. What remains is who you are when the dust settles. That's the foundation no company can cut. In 2025, your network is your net worth. Don't wait until you're desperate. Build bridges now. Help others without agenda. When layoffs hit, relationships, not resumes, open the next door. Stoicism teaches us to be a light, even in loss. Others are watching, colleagues, family, friends. Your response to hardship becomes their lesson. Carry yourself with calm, and you'll inspire more than you know. When stripped of your title, ask, "Who am I without the company?" Stoicism answers, "You are what you create, how you serve, what you stand for." A layoff doesn't erase you, it reveals you. Finding the next role takes time. Patience is power. Aurelius reminded himself daily, "Time is like a river made up of events, and its current is strong. You can't rush the river, but you can prepare your boat." A layoff is also a map redraw. Ask, is this a chance to pivot industries? Start that business you shelved? Write that book? What if this isn't just a setback, but an overdue course correction? Stoicism emphasizes endurance. The ruins of Rome remind us strength isn't avoiding cracks, it's standing through them. In 2025, endurance is the new edge. Those who outlast the storm will lead the rebuild. Silence is underrated. Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful than your own soul." Before rushing into applications and interviews, sit in stillness. Clarity comes when the noise fades. Bamboo bends but doesn't break. The Stoics knew flexibility was survival. In 2025, adapt like bamboo. Take contract roles, freelance, temporary opportunities. They're not detours, they're training for reinvention. Every layoff carries a hidden gift: rebirth. The fire that consumed your old role becomes fuel for the new one. Like the phoenix, you rise not despite the fire, but because of it. Eventually, the call will come. A new role, a new team. Walk into that room carrying stoic calm, not desperation. Employers feel it. Confidence born of survival outshines any resume bullet point. 1 year from now, 2025 will just be another chapter, but how you live this chapter will echo. Did you crumble? Or did you practice resilience, gratitude, discipline? The choice is being written daily. Ancient Stoicism and modern survival aren't separate. They're the same. Acceptance, preparation, endurance, virtue. Whether in the Roman Senate or a Fortune 500 office, the principles hold. The faces change, the wisdom doesn't. So if you're facing layoffs in 2025, remember this: you are not powerless. You carry within you the wisdom of centuries, the resilience of stone, the flexibility of bamboo. Layoffs don't define you. Your response does. Choose stoicism. Choose strength. Choose your next chapter. Thank you again for watching and visiting my channel, a place to reflect career, life, wealth, and balance. If you want to walk the journey with me, please comment and subscribe. Thank you.